It'll get better, I promise. I've also recently stopped wearing face makeup because I'm trying really hard to accept my skin as it is, and also in the hopes of not wearing anything on my skin will make it better. I am not sure if that works or if it works like that. Whatever. So please don't come at me for my red skin. I have a skin condition that I'm sure I've expressed 150 times. It's called rosacea, and it's basically just a skin malfunction that means you're really white and you have sensitive skin. So if I eat the wrong food, my skin will like flare up and my cheeks will get really red. They're already naturally rosy, and a lot of my non-white friends are always like, what kind of blush are you wearing? Oh my gosh, you're so red. Are you embarrassed? Actually, yeah. I'm just really embarrassed for my own life, and I think that's why I have rosacea. Alright, so the other day I had to go get a pap smear. That was fun. Let me back up. Men. A pap smear is when they take an XL, like Costco size jumbo cotton swab and swirl it around in your vaginal cavity and then test the cells on that. And sometimes you get called back and they have to scrape you, which happened to me yesterday. Guess who had to wake up extra early, get her sweatpants on, and get her vagina scraped. That was me. After the procedure, the gyno was like, do you want to see it? And I was like, what? He's like, oh, sometimes, you know, people want to see what I've scraped out of them. And I was like, all right. So she shows me this little jar. There's several jars, by the way. I don't know what they do down there, like specifically. I know like they have like this clamp that like holds you open, you know, while your feet are like on these little platforms to just keep you open, ready for business. And they like just go in there with something like a machine, like a microscope, and just all this fun stuff. And there were so many jars filled. One of them was just straight up blood. I was like, where did that come from? Like, where's this, when did you extract all this blood, ma'am? Like, what, am I missing something? Like, and you know, you might be thinking, oh, you can just see what she's doing while she's down there. Incorrect. I have so much shame that I kept that little paper cloth that they give, like, I kept it so I couldn't see her face. I don't think I can make eye contact or even risk having eye contact with somebody who is just gloved up and like working down there when I don't even really know what they're doing. I saw the thing in the jar and it was just a chunk of the inside of my vagina. And it really humbled me, I think. It was cute, it was pink, floating in some fluid. Men, if you ever complain about going to the doctor, you never had the inside of your vagina scraped. Yeah, you might have had a cotton swab up your dick hole, but I don't think they ever scraped inside of there. And since it's 2020, I just want to throw out there that I go by she, her. I think I'm one of the last in my friend group that is cis. I personally like being a woman and embracing feminine energy, but I think that's mainly because I emit so much masculine energy, and I feel like in all my past lives I was male. So like in this body I'm like, oh yeah, like this is like where I need to be. Like, I want to be female, like my soul like really just wanted to be in a female body, although with its limitations. I don't have a whole lot going on. That pussy wet though. I don't know if any of you guys have ever recollected on your past life due to how awful your relationships are in this current life. So this is something that I've thought about a lot, and it just kind of puts into perspective how fucked up my like past relationships with men have been. I feel like I have been in the worst relationships. I can't even call it like boyfriend-girlfriend relationships because that wasn't even the case like most of the time. I think I started thinking this way because my first like intro to like really like seeing someone and like hanging out with them like on a regular basis, turns out he's a sociopath, and he had caused one of his ex-girlfriends to actually try to kill herself. So that's someone I dated, so that was fine. I want to say he destroyed me. That might be a little harsh, but for whatever reason, I guess I deserved it. And I only think I deserved it because there's no other way to explain how that happened to me without me being just an awful, evil person in a past life. So, yeah. Then it just kind of like went downhill from there, it kept happening. So, I don't know, and I'm still at a point where I'm like, alright, can we be done with this yet? Like, I think I'm a better person now, like, unless you don't think so, I'll still like keep trying to improve myself, but you know, if I need to keep doing better, so much so that I have to be just like alone, I guess that's where I'm at now. So if you ever date me, which I think I'm pretty fine, but be nice to me, please. I'll try not to be a toxic person, and I'll definitely try to make sure you don't kill yourself because of me. So yeah. A fun, light story. And some of you may know me with bangs, but I'm currently in the process of growing them out, and honestly, I think there should be a support group for people trying to grow out their bangs. It's really hard, and I'm at the point where I feel like a little 10-year-old girl who has this kind of hairstyle because I pin them back because they are oh so greasy and they're so long that they just like cover like my eyebrows, so I just don't want to look around looking like one of those mop dog. Yeah, I think we've all been through a phase in our lives where we decide to get micro bangs, and honestly I love them and I think they're great. However, I think you need to be in a very specific time of your life to have them. I wanna move past that stage in my life. Essentially, I think bangs are more of a winter hairstyle because in the summer, we all know, we sweat, we get greasier than usual. I was just in Hawaii recently, and my partner at the time had come with me and was recollecting on pictures of us when we were there, and he had not failed to point out how greasy I looked the entire time. So I'm trying to just like not be like that and just have normal shiny hair without it sticking to my forehead. Hopefully you'll never see me with bangs again. And I don't know if any of you have tried using one of those iron-on patches. I think it's a great idea because I sew, and for me sewing patches is really, really hard for some reason. Maybe I just never learned and I'm not doing it right, but it fucking hurts because you're shoving a needle through with your weak little fingers through like a very thick patch like multiple times. Every time I would sew a patch, I would just end up crying and have bloody thumbs. And thimbles ain't shit. They do not stay on very well. They slide. I don't know. I'm just not a thimble person. However, it was and still is my favorite Monopoly piece. So it's good for something. Anywho, so I recently received iron-on patch from my friend Maddie. Cute little crying eyes. I actually posted on my Instagram like years ago. I had just gotten out of a relationship with said sociopathic ex-boyfriend. Forever mood is just anime crying eyes. Maddie got it for me to match my mood, is what she said. This is a good patch for you because this matches your sad girl energy. And I was like, bet. She really knows me well. One year she got me a jewel pod for Christmas. It was the best Christmas gift I received that year. Anywho, back to the patch. Instructions said to iron on for 30 seconds and let it cool. So I hit up my friend Cassie because I'm too poor to own an iron or ironing board. So I go over to her apartment and she has like this old school all metal iron, like Monopoly ironing. Why is there so many Monopoly references in this? I don't know. This is the first time I'm like making these connections too. I get the iron, let it heat up nice and hot, press it on to my ski mask, which I love very dearly because it is oh so cold in Chicago. The wind hurts my face. I was gonna get one with like a hole in the mouth so I can like use my mouth when I have the ski mask on. I had been told by someone that it looked like I was just ready to give ski mask blowjobs. So I got the one with just the eyes cut out. I press the iron to it. I hold it for maybe like, I don't know, maybe 20 seconds, and then I smell something burning. So I lift it up. The mask had melted, turned a cool like oxidized color, but the patch is perfectly put on. The eyes like kind of like all burnt and fucked up. That happened, but honestly, I'm kind of into it. So catch me rocking this ski mask. Actually have recently. I cannot tell you how off-put everybody is by me wearing the ski mask walking down the street. Just today, I was wearing it walking from Red Line Stop back to Pilsen. It's a woman with her child. She took her child and like grabbed her away from me as I was walking down the street. Just to put in context, I do not look that great when I'm dog sitting or walking dogs. Do not look cute at all. I wear my sweatpants, layers of hoodies and bomber jacket, my shittiest little Converse, because dogs will never judge your appearance. They judge only your soul. I love having a job where I don't have to interact with humans at all. So I just get to hang out with dogs all day. I feel like this is getting bad for my social interactions because I genuinely enjoy not talking to anybody. I love my friends, obviously, and I'll hang out with them when I'm good and ready, but on a day-to-day, like whatever basis, love to not say words or talk. Something I've noticed working with dogs, they're really receptive to vibe. Like, you know, if I'm feeling off, the dog is like, yo man, like, do you need a hug? This one dog that I walk named Camber, big puppy, like golden retriever type thing. I don't know, I've been pretty emo lately. His life has put me through the ringer. I don't know, lots of like really bad rowing experiences have been happening to me at a rapid fire pace. I came up the stairs, I'm like, yo Camber, you want to go for a walk? He was like, come here, you need a hug, just come here. He just comes up to me and puts his little head in between my legs, like, and just like nestles his head between my legs and just stays there. Get down on the ground and I just like start petting him and hugging him, and I'm like, You knew I was sad even before I knew I was sad, and now I'm on the floor of some stranger's apartment crying with their dog. I just like, if they knew how weird I was, I don't think they would let me, one, have the key to their apartment, two, hang around their dog. Something I recently got into is sweatpants. I haven't owned any in many years, probably not since like sophomore year of high school. Why? Yoga pants became the thing to have. Yeah, so I've been in like the yoga pant, you know, functional but sporty loungewear, and something clicked in me when I arrived back in Chicago a few weeks ago. I just went straight to a Salval with a couple of my friends. I was like, Nico, shop for me. I don't think I have the mental capacity to shop. And he was like, okay, like, what do you need? And I was like, I just want sweatpants. I just have like this deep yearning inside my soul to have some. Nico found a pair. He held them up to me. And they were huge at double XL, just the classic gray ones. And he held them up to me and I was like, those are way too big. Like, I don't think I can even like tighten them. And he was like, no, this is cute. So I bought them, haven't taken them off since. I think something was missing from my soul for a really long time. And I don't know if it's because I'm just extra depressed right now or because it's just an essential item to have, but sweatpants are definitely filling the void for me at the moment where my ex-boyfriend couldn't. Yeah, let's just talk for 5 minutes about sweatpants. Anyone likes sweatpants? I'm sure everybody does, and I'm just like really late to the game, but it's whatever. If I ever go in public and do anything on stage, I will not be wearing jeans. I'm just like over that. Who needs to wear jeans? Like, what is the function unless you're riding a horse and you don't want to get like chafed or something? Exactly. I actually used to date this guy who would work out in his jeans, and I was like, yo bro, like, you wanna like take those off? And he's like, I do everything in these jeans. And I was like, all right, for sure, you can do that. I will not stop you from working out in jeans. Turned out to be a terrible person. Are they related? I'm not saying they aren't, but yeah, that's all I have for you today. Just made up like half of that stuff like right now.